Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would. And he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Set, ready, ready. It's a party now.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Second year with the Ravens for Hurst. He didn't have the rookie season he was hoping for, just 13 catches. Remember, he's older than the average second-year player. He spent 2 seasons as a pitcher in minor league baseball before hanging up the glove and heading to the gridiron. Now he says he's more determined than ever. Put on 20 pounds of muscle in the offseason. Says he's on a mission with a lot to prove this year. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw again on second down. Jackson has got it to Ingram, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Throwing on second down. Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. To the air, Allen. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. 11 yards there, first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Looking to throw on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. But they also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. Jackson now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. 25 yards the pickup there and also a first down. Allen taking it himself, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Allen now on the sneak. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Jackson now to throw again, escaping the pressure right. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 53 yards. They'll run here with Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. He made, and it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Recon, 132 fire.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. 2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. $12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Hey, come on. Get that quarterback.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. Finding room to the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Jackson, this will be caught by Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Here we go.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 23 here on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Ferguson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Allen. It's complete. It's Gore. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. It's the Dolphins that have grabbed the early lead over the Jets. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On second down, it's Ingram, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Jackson from the shotgun. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Jackson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. On 3rd down, they'll run with Gore. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Gore again here on 1st down. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think.
What do you mean by that?
He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
4 down. Check. Check nickel. Check 3.
On first down, it's score. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike 40. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get Check.
From the 44, Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ingram again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Mike 49.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Hill. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there, first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Allen off the play fake. Complete to Jones. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. Allen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. From the 24, Allen steps away to his left. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, here's Hill. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 46. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And a 20th carry now for Ingram. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right?
Ingram churning. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Throwing on first down is Allen.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Tie it right.
Throwing again on second down. Allen. And the grab by Croft. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Bills cut into that lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Ravens on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he loses the football a second time. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. White now to return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's got Gore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Allen now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. Now it's Allen. Towards the end zone for Brown. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And here's Allen throwing again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 25. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
If this was boxing, you think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play, showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Allen to throw it. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. To try again after the sack. Allen eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing 2 things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
So for the Ravens, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.